Hello, my name is Lauren Barr. I'm a senior and English major and a part of the Albion College Teacher Education Program. Mr. David Turner graduated from Albion College in 1992 and has since dedicated himself to the field of education. He has taught German, health education, and physical education. He has coordinated athletics programs and has served as assistant or head principal at the elementary, middle, and high school levels. He has played a key role in the incorporation of Albion Public Schools into the Marshall Public Schools. He has done this by serving as interim principal at Harrington Elementary School and currently serving as the principal at Marshall Middle School. Outside of his career, he studied in Germany, played semi-pro baseball, and was a ski instructor at Vail. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. David Turner.
Giddy up. That's what I'm talking about right there. All right. Gosh, don't be so excited. Holy cow. All right, so when I was a little kid, my sister and I, we had just gotten into some fight. I don't even remember what it was, but it was a big blow-up thing, big issue, and I was crying, my sister was crying, and she's older than me, mind you. And so my dad came down, and he sat next to us and said, you know, you two, you're family, and you need to get along, you need to love each other. There's nothing in this world worth fighting over because you're family. And so my dad, in all of his wisdom, asked my sister and said, you know, wouldn't it be awful if David wasn't around and he wasn't here? And of course, my sister was crying and felt really awful and said, yeah, it would be awful. So my dad then asks me and says, you know, Dave, wouldn't it be awful if your sister Linda wasn't around and she wasn't here? And it took a moment, and I looked at my dad, and I said, could we get a dog? It's actually a true story. The first thing I want to talk about is opportunity. Now, as a kid in that story, time to reflect, the opportunity that I saw was if my sister is gone, I get a dog. Now, that obviously is a terrible thing to think about in terms of family, but as we go through life, we all have challenges. We all have success, and we all have failure, no matter what we do. I remember back when I was a baseball player at Albion College my senior year, I was student teaching, taking classes my senior year. Senior year, for those, who are seniors in here? Any senior students? Yeah. It's a little tough, the stress of figuring out, okay, this is my last year of college. Okay, I got to grow up. I mean, not that you're not growing up. Don't mind me. This is what I was thinking. I got to get a job. Where am I going to be? Where am I going to live? How am I going to pay for things? So you've got all these stressors going on. So my senior year, I'm playing baseball, and I had, you can ask Frank Jurenko to fact check this, I had a .049 batting average. That's awful for those of you people that don't know how to play baseball. I remember standing on what is now Jurenko Field at home plate and reflecting on that moment because it was bad. Like, what am I doing? Why am I here? I am not good. I can't play well. I've got all these things going on, and what am I going to do? So it was at that point that I said, I'm not going to quit. I'm going to persevere. I'm going to use this opportunity, even though I'm not doing well. I'm going to use this opportunity to help everybody else because I've got other seniors that are playing, the juniors, the sophomore, the freshmen. I'm going to show them that no matter what, even though I am not going to get on that field because I had no business being on that field with a .049 batting average, I'm going to show them that I'm going to work hard at every practice. I'm going to take care of the team. I'm going to support people when they're out there playing. I'm going to do my best, come early, stay late, work on my hitting because it was atrocious, so that everybody else can see if Dave can do it, even though he is awful, then I can do it too. That was a nice life-changing moment for me because I've never been a quitter, and the mere fact that I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to quit, and the opportunity that it created for me forced me to challenge myself to, as you heard in the intro, I had the opportunity of playing semi-pro baseball, and that would not have happened had I quit my senior year. I knew that as bad as I was, I really wasn't that bad. I had all these other stressors that were happening in my life, and I wasn't doing very well. So I didn't quit, and I decided to try out for a travel team. I ended up making the travel team. We played in Arizona, in Canada, and then Cooperstown Doubleday Field, which was awesome, 3 for 3 with wood bat. It was phenomenal, signing autographs. Never would have had that opportunity had I decided to quit. Our lives, ladies and gentlemen, and I know you know this, there are highs and there are lows. That is life. If we went through life and everything was steady, everything was consistent, everything was just this even keel balanced, how boring of a life would it be? How would you ever challenge yourself to be better than what you are if you don't go through life with these failures? Embrace them, own them. They are a part of you, and there's nothing wrong with that. You persevere, you continue to work through those, and you look at that as an opportunity. Every failure is an opportunity to do something different, to renew yourself, to be a better version of you, and or to help other people be better. So the first thing that motivates me is viewing life as an opportunity. So I'm going to just hold this bad boy up. Opportunity. It's technology here. Thank you. All right. Second thing. I am a middle school principal, and there isn't a day that goes by that I'm not dealing with conflict. I have one kid upset because someone stole their green crayon. I have another issue where someone was looking at me. That's not funny, that's real. It's legit. It's legit. I'm dealing with text messages that kids are sending to each other, or Snapchat, or through MySpace. I'm just joking, it's Facebook. So we have these technology issues. We have kids that are having issues with each other every day. I have parents that are upset with things that are going on with their children, with their, not just at school, but at home. Teachers having issues with teachers. We're human beings. It's normal. It's natural. Again, remember, we have highs and we have lows. So because I am dealing with conflict every day, I use that as an opportunity for me to make positive connections with these individuals. It is also an opportunity for me to make life better for other individuals. You will have conflict all throughout your life, and probably many of you have many sets of conflict that you're dealing with right now. Even sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, I have that to deal with, I don't really want to deal with it. I encourage you and implore you to deal with conflict head on. Conflict does not have to be a bad thing. If you look at it as an opportunity to make a change, to improve not just the people that are in that situation, but yourself, the power that you can have over those other individuals, and how to improve things for everybody, it's magical. The one key thing, though, because when you're dealing with conflict, typically there's a little bit of emotion that goes with that. You need to make sure that you treat people with dignity and respect. Just because we have different or opposing views, and I don't know, are we kind of dealing with that a little bit in the United States right now? I don't know. But we have to start treating each other with dignity and with compassion and with respect. True story. I was a principal at Harper Creek High School just down the road, and there was a young man that I mean, we were tight. We spent a lot of time together, and one of the main reasons that we were tight or connected is I think I caught him using marijuana probably 5 times on campus. Now that kid clearly needed help, and I was dealing with him all the time. And back then, how we dealt with disciplinary issues or stuff like that was suspending him. So I had the meetings, and I would meet with him, I would meet with his parents, and we'd call him in. And unfortunately, he was suspended, and I never really knew what happened to him until about 7 years ago. I'm pulling through the Taco Bell drive-thru in Marshall, and sure enough, this kid, he's like, "Oh, it's Mr. Turner. Hey, I want to let you know that I know that I really screwed up when I was a kid, but the one thing I really appreciated, even though you were dealing with me all the time, is that you treated me with respect. You never talked down to me, you never yelled at me, you treated me with respect, and I appreciate that." Now, I think at that point he was doing some community college, I'm not sure, but the fact that he remembered how I treated him and how I dealt with him with all of the conflict made a difference. I encourage you, as you're going through your struggles in life, again, opportunities, highs and lows, and the conflict that you're living, when life is full of conflict, embrace it. Make sure that when you're dealing with those individuals that you treat them with some respect and dignity. That also motivates me, because I live it. I'm going to hold up my sign just because I spent a lot of time. I made that. I did. Thank you. All right. Next one. Humor me a little bit. Close your eyes, but don't fall asleep. Okay, close your eyes. I'm watching you. Okay, everyone's eyes closed. I want you to picture who you normally spend your time with, who you hang out with if you have a choice. No, I don't want names, but I want you to think about their attributes, the qualities, the characteristics. Why are you near that individual or individuals? All right, go ahead and open up your eyes. I hope that one of the things that the attributes that you were thinking about in terms of those individuals that you spend time with is that they make you feel special. They make you, or they are kind to you. They treat you with that respect and dignity that I talked a little bit about earlier, but they make you feel good. They don't gossip. They don't whine. They don't gripe. They don't complain. They're positive, and they treat you with respect, and they give you that sense of, boy, I'm really happy to be around them. When I was a college student, we used to play basketball in, gosh, I can't remember the name of the field house. Thank you very much. It's 90, you guys, you remember, I don't even know. All right, Kresge. So back in '92, yeah, right. We'd play basketball, and there were some individuals from Star Commonwealth that would come and we'd play pickup basketball. And I remember playing all the time. It was a lot of fun, but I would always treat people with kindness and respect. Hey, good job, good shot. Boy, you got me there, good play. Treating people with kindness and respect. So, graduated, time moved on. I'm now a principal at Maple Valley School. I've got a young kid, and we're at Branch Gymnastics, which is in Battle Creek, and I'm sitting there, and I looked to my right, and there happened to be a gentleman that I remember from playing basketball down at Kresge. And so we started talking. He's like, you know what? I do remember you. Yeah, we always used to love playing with you because you were so positive, and you were fun to be around, and we enjoyed playing. Hey, you know, we've got a position, because he was a principal at Harper Creek Public Schools, and this is like a week before school started. He goes, Dave, there's a position open at Harper Creek High School. I want you to apply. Let me call the principal and see what we can do to help get you an interview, because the interview had already closed. My point in sharing that with you, and eventually I did interview and I did receive that job at Harper Creek. If you are kind and treat people with respect every day, you have no idea how that is going to positively impact them, but what doors and opportunities that's going to give you down the road. You see, people want to be around people that make them feel good. I'm not always going to be right. Just ask my wife, she'll tell you. Ask my kids, they'll tell you. Ask my staff. But if I view everything as an opportunity, I stay positive, I'm kind, and I don't sweat conflict. I embrace it. Everything works out. And you will have more opportunity, and the power you have to influence other individuals is immense. You have no idea what one thing you say that is kind to other individuals, the impact that will have on other individuals in life. It's huge. The last thing, because I see the hook coming out, the last thing is stick the dismount. You watch those gymnasts. Yeah, that's my back. I took Advil before I did that. You watch the gymnasts, and they give it their all. Now, some of them score perfect 10, some of them fall flat on their face. It doesn't matter whether they fully achieve what they're trying to achieve or they don't. They give it their best effort no matter what. So at the end of the day, what I try and make sure that I do is that I can stick the dismount, that I can say with all sincerity that, you know what, I did my best today, no matter what. I fell on my face, I'm still sticking the dismount, and I'm going to attack tomorrow and deal with it with all the positivity that I can. So, opportunity, kindness, conflict, and stick the dismount. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.